Hey man, I'm Jusko from ProudMoney.com. What is the average salary in the United States? That is what we are going to look at in this video. We are going to look at it from the sort of top level average salary, and then we're going to break it down by things like age, race, sex, type of job, all of that good stuff. The numbers that I'm using here are coming from the Bureau of Labor Statistics from the first quarter of 2023. Now, while we're saying average salary in this video, we're sort of using average to mean typical salary, not the mathematical average. We'll actually technically be using the median, which means 50% are above and 50% are below. So we're targeting that person right in the middle of the whole group, and we'll get back to the sort of mathematics in a bit, but median makes more sense when we're talking about the sort of typical person. So let's look at the numbers. So without further ado, the average annual salary in the United States here in 2023 is $57,200. Now that includes all full-time workers from age 16 and up. If we wanted to slice that a little bit differently to take out the very youngest workers who are presumably making significantly less, then if we looked at age 25 and above, the average annual salary would be $60,060. Now going back to that 57,200 number, if we look back 5 years, in 2018, the average annual salary was $45,812 by comparison. So things have increased almost a full 25% since then on average, which is fairly significant. Now, obviously, we've had some inflation over that period as well, but you can see that income has gone up also. A quick note here, the Bureau of Labor Statistics actually reports these numbers on a weekly basis, the weekly average. So I am taking the weekly average of 1,100 and multiplying it by 52 to come up with that 57,200 number that I told you about as the average for all workers. Now let's break those numbers down further, and before we do that, I just want to say that the labels I am going to be using for various groups of people are ones that I got from the Bureau of Labor Statistics. So if you don't like how a certain group is being described, don't talk to me, talk to the Bureau of Labor Statistics. The first way we will break things down is men versus women. On average, men earn $61,672 per year, while women earn $51,792. When we break things down by race and ethnic groups, whites earn $58,760 on average, African American $46,072, Hispanic or Latino $45,136, and Asian $76,336 on average. If we break things down by education level, college graduates earning significantly more, on average at $84,292. High school graduates without college or with some college, $45,968 on average, and those without a high school diploma working full-time, on average, $35,464. Looking at these numbers by age, if you are between 25 and 34 years old, the average U.S. salary $52,936 for your age group, and then things get a big bump up from 35 up all the way through retirement age. And actually the numbers are pretty similar. 35 to 44, it's $63,596. From 45 to 54, $64,428. From 55 to 64, $63,336. Now, I didn't include any stats for those who are under 25 because the Bureau of Labor Statistics, the numbers they give are a little muddy. And again, we're going all the way back from age 16 potentially up to age 24. So there's going to be a lot of difference in that area as well. The Bureau of Labor Statistics also tries to break the numbers down sort of by occupation, but their sort of words they use are so broad it's kind of hard to know exactly how to cut them up. But I will say that what we think of as traditionally sort of white-collar jobs are going to make the most. What they call management, professional, and related occupations, $79,612 as an average. And then a lot of the other classifications are sort of strange, but I will mention that for service workers, as they call them there, $36,972, so significantly less than the average overall, even though maybe we think that service workers are doing better now than they were pre-pandemic. You can see that the numbers are still significantly less. And then in terms of the place where people make the least, farming, fishing, and forestry occupations at $32,864. Now, it's very possible that you want to get a little more granular when it comes to how you rank against all the other full-time workers in the US, so we will try to do that a little closer. So if you wanted to be in the top 10% of workers in terms of your salary, you would have to make at least $141,336 to break the top 10%. If you wanted to be in the top 25%, the top 1/4, $91,052 as your yearly salary. And then I already said that the 50% mark is $57,200. And then if you make under $29,848, that would put you in the lowest 25%. I'll put a link down below to the Bureau of Labor Statistics if you want to take a look at those numbers for yourself. They're not always the most user-friendly, but if you're willing to do a little work, you can figure out what is what. Now, I do want to go back really quick to talk about the idea of average versus median, and when we talk about the average salary here, like I said, average in this case, I'm really using to mean more like typical. When we talk about the average American or the average worker, we're really saying the typical person. We're not necessarily using the mathematical term for average. So median is really what makes more sense when we're talking about typical, again, because half of the people are going to be above that median, half are below. So we're looking at right down the middle. Now, when we look at mathematical terms, median means what I just said. Average actually means the mean, which is you take all the numbers, you add them up, and then you divide by the number of people. So we would take all those salaries, add them up, and then divide by the number of people that we are talking about. But when you do that, those super duper duper rich people are going to skew the average to higher than what we would think of as the typical salary. So if we talk about the mean salary, it's going to look like people are doing better than they actually are because the Warren Buffetts and Bill Gateses of the world are going to be skewing that average up because they make so much money. So the median makes more sense. We're trying to cut right down the middle. So that is it. That gives you a little bit more of an opportunity to see where you fall when comparing yourself to all the other workers out there. Obviously, it's not getting you right down to your occupation and your exact age and all that kind of thing, but it kind of gives you an idea of what other people are making and where you might fall. Again, any questions, comments, love to see those in the comment section below. Otherwise, I thank you for watching. And as always, please go to proudmoney.com where we do credit card reviews, we talk personal finance, we talk deals, and all sorts of other fun stuff too. If you're not going to leave a comment or go to the website, the next video I think you'll want to watch is right there.